this was the second fixing I was having for my van, and there was some interesting kind of weird stuff going on. Like I took the car for fixing last Sunday, and when I took it, there was no one there, even that we had you know, made appointment that I'm gonna be there like 11 a.m. on Sunday. There was no one there. All doors were closed. The phone didn't, I tried to call, it didn't connect, or something wasn't working, and then I was like, okay, what's going on? And luckily the next door store guy came, or whatever, and this company that I use for fixing this car, they actually use their facilities also there, and he said, well, I can take your key and put it on their table so that they can start to fix your car when they're gonna do it and so on. And I was like, okay. He said that he has done it before, so that's how it can be done. I was okay, thank you. And then I just left and went to church and stuff like that, as I did on Sundays normally. And then was it on, I think on Tuesday or something, I was like wondering, because there was no contact for me. They didn't contact me because they were supposed to originally get it fixed by Tuesday, and there was no contact. I was like, oh, nobody's contacting me, what's going on? And I tried to go there again, and I tried to call them first, and then their phone is completely disconnected. It said that, you know, this is not operating, this phone number. I was like, what's going on? I'm trying to get contact, my car is there, you know, they need to contact me, you know, so I need to know what's going on. Well, anyway, so I went and actually tried to go on, like, meet them face to face, and again happens the same thing, and the other, the store next door store owner or something was there, and then he said that they come and go because they're foreigners, and I noticed in the phone that the guy who was talking that they're foreigners, so they don't speak perfect Finnish or anything like that. So he said, yeah, they come and go a little bit. However, sometimes they come and fix the cars like in the middle of the night or something. They come whenever they want. I was like, okay, well, that's a bit different than what us Finnish people are doing. But I was like, okay, as long as they get the car fixed, that's the most important thing. And I wasn't like, it has to be ready this and this day. As long as the car will be fixed, that was the most important thing. So, and well, I let this man know, you know, that their phone is not working anymore, and can he like put my phone number on their table so that they can contact me. Then it took still a few days, like yesterday on Thursday, they actually contacted me, and they said they had some problems with, you know, people being sick and stuff like that, so they weren't able to do the car fixing as quick as possible. Then I called them today, like after around 4 o'clock or something like that, and I said, well, they said it's gonna be fixed soon. They're still doing a little bit of things, and they were doing extra things, and not even adding any price. They were doing extra things to it. They fixed what I was asking them to fix was a timing belt and like water pump that pumps like the cooling liquid or something like that. They needed to fix that, and then they fixed some other you know, belts, like 3 of them. I don't know what they were called in English, at least, I don't know. And they said that it's gonna cost 770 euros when the guy was calling, or that was the first price that they gave. And then on Thursday when they were calling, the guy said it's gonna be 777. I was like, wow, well, that's a godly number. I was like, that's interesting. I was like, I think God is gonna get my car fixed well at this place or something like that. And even in their phone number, their last numbers, actually also the phone you know, number was 777 also. I was like, that's interesting. And I was wondering, what country are these men from? I had 3 guesses, what I was guessing. Either they're Arabic speakers, or they're Turkish, or they're Kurdish. And I had these kind of in my mind. It could be one of these 3, and I wasn't sure which one. And then I was like, well, I have Arabic tracts, and I have Turkish tracts, but I don't have Kurdish tracts. I was like, I hope it's not Kurdish. I was like, because I don't have any of those. I'd really like to give people, the tracts that they want. So that was interesting. All those, prices and things, and they said, yeah, we're gonna fix everything. Don't worry, we're gonna. It's like wow, we're gonna like even my car pad battery, the things that are connecting, like keeping it on place. These things that hold it, they were like rusty, and you couldn't even open. I couldn't open them, even no one could open them by hand. So I asked them to open that. They said, "Yeah, we're gonna fix it. Same price. Don't worry." And gonna put some cooling liquid. Same price. We're not gonna charge you for that. I was like, "What are you doing, guys?" I was like, God, they're like doing things without even charging me any money for me. And today when I went there. They were still fixing a little bit. They were still doing things, and they had they showed the pictures and everything, how they fixed and what they fixed. That was really good. It's like really good, like quality service, I would say. It was like, wow, they're showing what they've been actually doing, and telling me everything. It's really good. And also they showed me some kind of a water tube, whatever, that had been really broken. He said, well, I fixed it too. I just changed it just a moment ago, and we put a new one. And it's same price, nothing added to the price. I was like, wow, that's some great customer service. If you go to a Finnish fixture up, they will charge every single part. They will not give you anything, it's the same price. I was like, wow, that's awesome. I think I'm gonna use this service again. And then when we were they were getting my receipt printed, I wanted a receipt, so it took some while. So I talked with there was one guy who spoke really good Finnish, and then there was man and 2 men, and they didn't speak much Finnish. They spoke more English and stuff like that. And then I asked, where are you from? They were like, well, we are from Turkey. Then I was like, what language do you speak? Kurdish. They actually said they were Kurdish, actually, and they're originally from Turkey. And I was like, oh. Then I was like, oh, they speak Kurdish, and of course I don't have the Turkish tracts for them. I was like, oh. And this is not the first time that I've been in this situation where I meet Kurdish people. Even right next door here where I live, there's a pizza place that is open 24 hours a day or something like that, and those people who also run it are also Kurdish, and I've been wanting to give Kurdish tracts, and I don't have any. So I'm like, oh. I was like, but I got to ask that the guy who owns it, who spoke English, I got to give him English tract, and the guy who was talking to me, he spoke good Finnish. He took another tract, and the owner's son, I gave him an English tract, and that one extra guy who didn't speak so good English, but he took the Finnish tract. So I got to give 4 tracts. So it was really good. It was really good, and I hope they find Jesus. That's important. And I didn't share anything right at that moment, but I was like, yeah, read it and stuff like that. And then I got the car keys, and I start the car, and I started to actually drive towards home. And right when I turned to the street, I drove and started to, I started to hear this rattling sound from the car, like really, really loud rattling sound. on my like left side, and I was like, okay, what is that weird thing? That sound wasn't there before. It's like something was like rolling or some kind of like really like rattle, like really, really loud. That is really weird. That is not normal. I was like, then I felt like, okay, I have to go back. I have to go back and take it back and ask them. There's some weird sound that wasn't there before I took it for them to fix. So I drove back. They straight away took the car and asked, can you like do a small riding and check it out what's going on. And they didn't even have to drive very far, just in the yard. And then I was, yeah, there's something wrong. And then they took it up on the like this thing. They rose the whole car up, and I actually got to see what's underneath the car. I was like, oh, it's a little bit rusty there, and like that. So I was like, okay. And they quickly found the reason for the sound. It was some kind of a air thing that was like loose. There was some kind of connection that was loose, and they actually drilled and some hole or something, and they screwed it in there, and then it's like, okay, it's fixed. I was like, that was, and they did it same price. They charged nothing. I was like, wonderful. I was like, oh, thank you. That's like, oh my gosh, the best customer service I have seen, like, long time, if ever. So I was like, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And then I felt like I needed to ask, about do they believe in Jesus? The owner, who spoke English, he was obviously Muslim. He believed that Jesus is a prophet and so on. And I don't know if I told enough. Maybe I should have just told. I should have told maybe a little bit more. But I told that I'm an evangelist. Like I'm gonna go around Finland with the car, and I'm gonna tell about Jesus. And they were really open. They were really both. The guy who spoke Finnish also, they were like really open. They were really listening, and but I didn't tell the exact gospel, but I got to know a little bit about where they're at, and I hope I would get some Kurdish tracts in my hands. That's the thing. I would have really wanted to give Kurdish ones, because that's like, it's always like really special to receive in your own language the gospel. I spoke with them a little bit, and it was amazing. God is wanting to save these people, obviously, and he took me even back there to speak a little bit more to them. So it's like, it's amazing how God is using us in the everyday life, and I encourage you, if you're not evangelizing, go and tell about Jesus, and share in your everyday life. It's not always something big that you need to be doing. I hope this was an interesting story for you today again. God bless you, and talk to you maybe again soon. Bye.